Coming to the gym and using the HUR equipment, it's helped me as I've now set up a good base to become a successful athlete if I really wanted to try, and that is something I really like to do. So in that respect, this really helped me maybe set out a career for myself.
So we're looking for all children to maximise and benefit from the facilities in the school. In particular, with regard to HUR equipment, what we do know is that we want to introduce children at the earliest possible opportunity. However, with whatever physical experience you provide the children, it has to be very much within the context of their growth, their size, their strength, and at all times what you're looking to do is to support movement, is to extend their physical capacities, but at the same time be very, very sensitive to the issue of I'm going to use the word pumping iron, lifting weights. Our approach is very much about supported activity, and we will be using the HUR equipment so that we're providing very small resistance but lots of repetitions.
One of the things that HUR helped us to do was to plan how we were going to have the resistance equipment, and what we were able to do is plan it so you're using alternate muscle groups, which allows us not only to do strength circuits but also allows us to do a cardiovascular circuit where students can use the equipment moving rapidly, and which it allows us to work on their cardiovascular and their muscular development at the same time.
Because of the flexibility of the equipment that HUR have provided, and because of the ease with which you can actually moderate and set the equipment with regard resistance to individual needs, I can be sensitive and work at a low capacity at one end, but at the other end we can actually use the equipment to train for strength and endurance. And we have some older members of the school community who are physically very active, extremely robust, and again, to use the word, can pump iron. And for a small number of our young people, they need that physical challenge. So one of the benefits of the HUR equipment is that I am actually meeting that wider range of needs.
The HUR range is extremely good in providing development of strength and power through a full range of movement, but still having this very safe situation with regard to the joints. It's smooth, it allows constant movement with constant resistance, so you don't get, as with a weight stack, a different acceleration in the movement of the weight. The acceleration remains constant. Natural transmission, with the way that the HUR machines are built, allows smooth movement, muscular development without putting too much loading on the joints. In terms of usage with very young pupils and rehabilitation, the HUR equipment actually, this was one of the main reasons that I wanted to include it within this facility, because the finite adjustments of the resistance and the safe practice and the very smooth, efficient movements of the equipment, it really does allow very finite rehabilitation of particular muscle groups and joints. It allows also for eccentric work to be achieved, where you can actually use the machine itself to actually move the limb without the actual person having to do the work themselves, and that is fantastic.
What I like about the HUR resistance machines are that you can actually do one arm exercising at a time. You don't have to do both arms at the same time, or legs. So for example, there's one lad in a wheelchair who is hemiplegic, and he can exercise his weaker arm independently of his stronger arm, and that's helped no end, because then he's taken that on and actually his mobility in his wheelchair has actually improved because of that.
With significant disability and special needs, some of the benefits can be very small. Some of the achievements can be very small. They are just as important, and they are very important to those individual children. The equipment that we've got from HUR is giving many of my young people access that they would otherwise not necessarily have. So however small or limited access the children can have to a physical experience, it is through this equipment that we've been able to give them a sense of achievement.
The HUR range is also very good for pupils who probably wouldn't normally go into a gym environment because they feel less able to pick up loose weights or to use weight stack equipment where the resistance are quite difficult. This allows a young girl or a young boy who doesn't feel particularly great about their body shape and about themselves to actually come in and to safely and to successfully develop simple training programs that actually makes them realise that they can actually work very successfully and get great gains. The fact that it really is equipment that raises self-esteem. We've had several examples of young boys and young girls who, to be perfectly honest, spent most of their lunch hour just sitting doing nothing, who now regularly want to come into the gym. They get a pass daily in order to come in and to do their own little workouts, and as a result of that we have seen a change in body shape.
Part of the Sports College plan was we have a community plan, and what we're trying to do is make our fitness suite and the opportunities to lead a healthy lifestyle affordable and easily accessible by the people in the community. Well, I mean, that's just gone beyond our wildest dreams, really. Already we've got 180 members of the fitness suite, and obviously we're not just opening it to fitness, we've combined it in with linked with our swimming pool, and we're offering classes 3 to 4 nights a week for people to come in, and on Saturday mornings.
The HUR equipment we decided to bring into the gym because we wanted to have a gym which is a community facility. So we have primary feeder schools, children from the age of 8. The facility is also used by the community in the evening. So this type of equipment, which can be safely used by young children down to the age of 7 and 8, enhances their ability to be able to come in, working in a safe environment. Fantastic, they get so excited coming into this kind of, oh, this is the big school equipment and we're able to come in and use it. So that they're learning at a much earlier age about developing the body in a safe environment.
At Linden Lodge, we're looking to provide a wide and full learning experience, to provide regular opportunities for physical challenge, to express themselves physically. By providing those opportunities, the children are more engaged, they are more lively. A number of our children really do need the opportunity to run off and burn off excess energy. When I went into the marketplace to look, to research and to gather information, that process actually wasn't easy. And the reason that it wasn't easy is because many people or many companies are there to, and I'm going to use a bit of a cliche, but they want to sell you a piece of equipment. And what I actually needed was for somebody to come to the school, not to actually sell me anything, but to start with, what do I want to achieve and what are the needs of the children? What singularly identified HUR and their approach was first and foremost that they listened. Secondly, that they were prepared to problem solve and do the reconnaissance, focusing on the children of the school. So to sum up, the key element was that I wasn't sold anything. I was given some solutions. Just recently, I went into the gym and I had a young person who came to us not so very long ago, a very complex young man who came to us, and he'd had, regrettably, little formal education, that he didn't arrive at the school until he was nearly 14. He had no communication, and very importantly, he had a number of physical needs. And if I gave an example of it, this young person actually virtually had to lay down to be fed when he first arrived at the school. This young person now eats independently, fantastic achievement. Has got an amazing smile. But one of the biggest delights I had was to walk into the gym, stand behind him when he was on a treadmill, being supported by his one-to-one support worker, and to just hear him bang, 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 bang. And actually he himself take the machine and make it go more quickly. I can't quantify what that actually means.
HUR has achieved IFI accreditation for 11 pieces of gym equipment, is an IFI research associate and supplies high quality cardio equipment. HUR can therefore offer comprehensive advice to any educational organisation seeking to meet their students' needs.